We've been reporting on the legal showdown over President Trump's tariffs that's created new confusion for businesses. In a recent survey, 72% of U.S. companies say tariffs have already increased their costs. Amid the uncertainty, one company is bringing the discount retailer Big Lots back to life. Variety Wholesalers purchased Big Lots after the brand filed for bankruptcy last year and closed all of its 1,000-plus stores. Variety has already reopened 141 stores and plans to reopen 78 more by next week. Lisa Seigies is Variety Wholesalers President and CEO. Lisa, welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So you're really on the front lines of this trade war. You're making decisions in real time. Take us inside your head, inside the head of a leader of a company like this. When you're seeing the news break about tariffs being on again, then off again, halted by a court, only to be undone by another court, what are you thinking in those moments?
The most important thing is to keep the team focused. Our job is to bring value to the customer, and we scour the domestic market to find goods that are already here at the right price. So keeping everybody focused on buying the right product to bring the right value to the customer. And what we do as a company or as a discounter is the value that we bring, we try to price under the competition. So we will never be the leader of price increases. We will just follow.
Your ads say that Big Lots has bargains you can brag about, but are you able to eat all the costs, as the president has called on companies to do, of these tariffs?
So we knew that we were going to make this purchase several months ago, and with the volatility
that your company was going to buy Big Lots.
Yes, yeah. And so over time, in the last year, so many things have happened. So we started buying ahead even before the deal finally closed. Variety Wholesaler is a financially stable company, so we have the wherewithal to buy ahead and pack it away. So we've been buying for the last 8 months, and we are going to be fine well into back to school.
Have you raised prices at all?
We've taken selective price increases.
Due to the tariffs?
Really not due to the tariffs. Well, probably at the end of the day they were due to the tariffs, but from our domestic resources. But like I said, we will still offer the value, so we are still priced under our competition.
So you were able to buy a lot ahead of time.
Yes.
Because you knew that there were probably tariffs coming, and that's sustained you up until now. You say you'll be okay through back to school, Halloween. What happens in the holidays? When is the point where you may have to start passing on those tariff prices to consumers?
Probably around Christmas time if they don't resolve. So right now, factories are making goods, and we're waiting to see what happens. And we have some Christmas goods packed away. We have some toys packed away. So we know we're going to have holes in the assortment if this doesn't resolve, but we will be open for business, and we'll be there to offer value to the customer.
You've talked about how you've already had to move your sourcing from places like China to other countries like Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand. Have these tariffs pushed you to source more products here in the U.S., as the president says is part of his goal?
So when I say we buy from the domestic market, the vendors here who source from overseas have bought those goods some time ago. So they were pre-tariff, and there are, in our business, not a lot is made here. So we do rely on other countries, but we started back, I'd say about 4 or 5 years ago, really trying to diversify our resources and find goods in other countries.
Do you see these tariffs moving production from places like China to the U.S.?
Well, that's the hope, and we have a resource, for example, that does injection molded plastics for toys. And so we've gone to them and said, let's make other product that we would source overseas, and let's do that together. But I think it takes a long time to set up a factory and then get the production right. So hopefully that'll happen, but that wouldn't happen for years. It will take years to get factories to set up.
So, Lisa, you guys took, any purchase of another company is a risk. Why did you take that risk knowing that these tariffs were coming? And would you have done anything differently, seeing how things have played out?
So when we started the process for the deal, there was uncertainty about tariffs. We didn't know for sure, but we knew that if this administration came in, that there more than likely would be tariffs. So again, we started buying back as early as possible. We bought before the port strikes. We bought in assuming there was going to be a second port strike. So we really protected ourselves and our customer for many months ahead.
All right. You planned ahead. Lisa, thank you so much. Lisa
Thank you.
Seigies.